Okay, what's up, everybody? Ray here to talk about tibialis raises and calf raises. So we're going to start out with the single leg calf raise. We're just using body weight today. You can definitely add weight to this exercise, but I think for anyone in the beginner to intermediate range, this is going to be more than enough resistance by just using your body weight. In this exercise, I always elevate my working foot to allow for my heel to kind of lower past my toe in that bottom position. This will kind of create a stretch in your calf and also in the front of the ankle, which ultimately will work your calf through a wider range of motion and increase the strength of the muscle, but also increase the flexibility of the ankle joint, which I think can be really helpful and carry over to a lot of other resistance exercises and just like functional movement patterns in day to day life. Um, I try to set up with my working legs heel, maybe rotated 15 degrees externally, which is to say that your heel, if it starts at 6 o'clock, will end up kind of between 4 and 5 o'clock. Um, in addition to that, I try to pause about 1 second at the bottom and 1 second at the top just to feel the flexion at the top and the stretch at the bottom. And in the lowering portion of the exercise, the eccentric, I try to spend about 5 seconds lowering it. There's been a good amount of research that shows that a long eccentric in a calf raise can be helpful to metabolic adaptation and neuromuscular adaptation in a muscle that's like pretty notoriously hard to get any kind of adaptation in. A lot of people think you can't change your calves or grow your calves. That's not true, but it is a really common issue for people to have. I mean, myself included. And the last thing I think I want to address real quickly is at the top of this exercise, you should really feel a lot of like tension in the ball of your foot, like all your weight's really pressing down into the ball, and maybe like your index toe or one toe over from the ball. And you'll be pretty light, like close to your pinky toe as far as where the pressure is going to be in your foot during this exercise. The next one we'll get into is a tibialis raise. I think Ben Patrick is the inventor of this variation, which doesn't require any resistance. And you're just going to stand against the wall with your waist and your shoulders in contact with the wall. You'll have your knees softly locked out. You don't want any like pain or tension, but you do want your knees locked out to make sure you're getting the correct activation of just the tibialis. And then you'll just pull your toes up as hard as you can, pressing your heels into the ground, and try to pull those toes up towards your knees. You can do a little like windshield wiper action with the toes on the pull up, as you can kind of see me doing um, in the first variation here, and then I kind of just move my feet further away from the wall. That will make the exercise a bit more difficult. The windshield wipering will just kind of increase the sensation of activation for some people, but feel free to play around with it. It's not a totally necessary part of this exercise. And yeah, as I mentioned earlier, feet further away from the wall to make it harder. And I think that's it for this one. So if you like what you see, subscribe and see you guys next time.